stop and say, man, what am I doing with my life? Where do I want to be in 5 years? What do I want to see for myself in 5 years?
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
As always, in astrology, we begin with the moon. This Wednesday on the 24th at 12:10 in the afternoon, there is a new moon. That's when the sun and moon are conjunct, so you don't see the moon. And it's in the sign of Leo at 2 degrees 7 minutes. Set your intentions, please. The first quarter is not until April 23rd of 2026 at 3 degrees 56 minutes of Leo. That's when you do all of the work for the project. So you've got to have those intentions saved so that you know what you're doing. Then we wait for the full moon, which is January 22nd of 2027 at 2 degrees and 14 minutes of Leo. That's when everything gets lit up and you can see the whole thing at once. And if you're not happy with some things, that's when to change it. And then we pivot away. We wait for the last quarter, which doesn't occur until November 20th of 2027 at 8:25 p.m., 20 degrees 57 minutes of the sign of Leo. All times that I do give are Phoenix Mountain Standard Time. Now we have 3 void of course times on the 21st at 12:51 p.m. at 20 degrees 5 minutes until the 22nd at 5:26 a.m. when it moves into the sign of Cancer. Now on the 23rd at 5:41 in the evening, 21 degrees and 5 minutes until the 24th at 8:29 when it moves into the sign of Leo. And the last one is on the 26th at 4:01 a.m., which is at 24 degrees 34 minutes until 1:56 p.m. when it moves into the sign of Virgo. Now let's take a look and see what we have just for Sagittarius. Beginning the week. Oh my goodness, my phone just moved. Hang on 1 second while I find that again. Beginning the week, Jupiter is conjunct with the moon. That's giving generosity and kindness a chance. There is emotional expansiveness, and you feel optimistic and spiritually curious. Jupiter and the moon are in a square to Saturn, which will make you feel like you need a little extra emotional security expressed, which might lead you to self-protect and have a difficult time trusting others. You may guard your feelings. Now be careful that doesn't lead you to loneliness. With self-compassion and a few safe connections, you can open up and become a wise, devoted friend and or partner. With Uranus in a trine to Pluto all week, you may feel motivated to grow a bit and leave the world in a better way. Your bold thinking could lead to some transformative insights. Midweek, the sun is conjunct with the moon. Like I said, that gives us the new moon. Write those intentions down. Keep them near a diary, a journal, a calendar, Facebook, whatever you use so you can access them. You may feel aligned between your emotions and your sense of self. There will be a sincerity from your life experiences, and your emotions become clearer. You may even be able to connect your needs with your feelings and be adaptable. At the end of the week, we see the moon is in a sextile to Jupiter, leaving joy and optimism, wisdom, attracting goodwill. It can inspire trust, and you may be the emotional anchor for people. For those of you with this in your birth chart, this could mean being successful in school or in the law. It is worth mentioning that the sun remains opposite Pluto, as it was last week. There will continue to be tension between your identity and the forces of change that Pluto always brings, both internal and external. There may be some power struggles, or you may feel challenged by people, and those people may even be reflecting their shadow side. You may attract some very intense and transformative relationships. Dawn, what do you have for Sagittarius?
Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Let's see what Sagittarius has in store for them via tarot and the universe. We just got a jumper. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. But when they jump, sometimes they take a flight onto the floor. Let's shuffle a little bit more and see what the universe has in store for us. Alrighty then. Got two jumpers. And then we have a bottom card. The bottom card energy is an Ace of Cups. Wow. If you are looking for a wonderful energy to have for a week, this is it. Now, this is the energy of your environment, but your environment is a renewed energy. So don't be surprised if there is a shift in energy towards seeing things happening quickly, seeing things starting. You know, if you had been pushing uphill to create a business or an opportunity, or to bring the family together for a reunion, or to plan a trip, or even to make a class happen or something like that, don't be surprised if all of a sudden it pops up and it's like, oh, this is easy. And it happens and everybody falls in line, because that's the week of the energy for you, is an energy where it's fresh and new and everything is good. And that's everything is happy in that sense. It moves smoothly. Now that's the energy of your environment. Let's get to your energy. The card that popped out is the World card. Oh my gosh. Now, since your energy for the environment is that of an Ace of Cups, which is that new fresh energy in the beginning of a new cycle, and a happier cycle, this is telling you pick what you want to make it come through. And what is it you want to do? What is it you want to do? This is a week to stop. Stop and say, man, what am I doing with my life? Where do I want to be in 5 years? You know, what do I want to see for myself in 5 years? What I would do this week, if I were you, I would take a piece of paper out and I would write a list and say, you know what? In 5 years, and then just sit there and close your eyes and say, you know, what do I visualize for myself in 5 years? Just close your eyes and do it. And then open your eyes and write down what it is you visualized. You know, if you visualize yourself in a larger home with two cars in the yard, or in the garage, not in the yard, please not in the yard, in the garage, you know, and you saw a little puppy dog running around, you know, write it down. If you saw yourself owning a business, write it down. If your focus was, hey, I'm looking forward to retirement, write it down. Write down and describe clearly what you're experiencing and how you want to see yourself in 5 years. Then once you see that, then what you do is you kick into high gear this Knight of Pentacles, which is to get moving toward it. Get moving toward the success, because you're not going to see yourself as a failure. We know that. So see yourself as the success. And then write down the success, write down the steps, see where you're going with this. How are you getting there? Make sure that you figure out a way. So create a plan, create a 5-year plan that says, okay, to get there, I need to do this, and I need to do this, and these things have to fall in line. These things have to happen. Write them out, make them clear, and then figure out, oh, okay, this one comes actually there, and this one goes there. Move them around when you need to. And then from that point forward, start making them your guideposts. So when if it's something about, like, say you I want to own my own business. Okay. So I want to own, what is that business? How do I learn that business? Do I already know that business? How can I grow into that business? Are there some licenses that are required? Are there some business structures that are required? All these things, put them down there. And then start going through them when you are having time between your job or whatever. You start attacking one after the other, after the other, after the other. When I wanted to change my career way back when, I left the engineering part of my career and I wanted to move into something else. I set out to be like a 2-year plan to get me to where I needed to be, because I knew I couldn't just walk away. I needed income. How can I replace that income? That was on the list. What do I want to do? When do I want it done? Where do I, how am I going to make money to do it? How is it possible? What would it take to make that happen? Where is it going to be? How is it going to be? All these things. And then I put it into place. And within the 2 years, I found myself where I wanted to be. I wanted to be back in school. I wanted to be in the school experience. So I wound up setting a criteria. I wanted to have a place where the price of properties were low, the rental income was high, and where there's a steady base of people who are there to rent properties. It had to be a college town or a college area because I wanted to go to university again. I wanted to have where the university's education was very well respected, but the price was low because I'm not rich. I wasn't rich, and therefore I needed to pay for it, and all that criteria. And then as I set the criteria out, I started doing the research. Okay, where else is this? Where's this? I got down to 5 or 10, I think it was like 10 different places. I visited 5 of them. And eventually when I found the right place, it had indeed that. It was one of the top 25 schools in the nation at the time. It had a great pedigree behind it. It had an area where the cost to buy properties was low, but the rental values were high. And so I bought 2 fourplexes and I moved into one of my units and the other 7 were rented. And they paid me the income that helped me be able to afford to go to school because I wasn't making money otherwise, but I had the income from the properties and they helped me to survive and to thrive while I went to school and gave up from the engineering side to something different. And it paid off very handsomely for me. This is something you can do. So I invite you to this week, sit back, determine where you want to be in 5 years, first close your eyes and see it, learn it, know it. This is me in 5. And then once you see yourself in the 5, figure out how can I get there? Open your eyes, start writing down what it is you saw. Make sure you're clear about what you saw. Make it very clear and very specific about what you saw. And then on the other side of that sheet, put a line down the middle and put, okay, how do I do it? And get specific points. I need to do this. I know I'm going to need to do this. I'm going to need to do this. I'm going to need to do this. And again, if they blend and they're not in order because again, you missed something out of step and you're, oh no, that goes there. You can correct that later. That's not the key. This is the key of just the thought process. And this may take more than a day. The concept of sitting down may take you a day or 2 to visualize because you may not visualize it initially, but once you visualize it, you'll see how beneficial it is. Then move forward with it. And you'll be surprised at how amazing this experience will be for you. But that's what this is all about. This week is about learning to understand where you want to be and how to get there. And then be productive about making it do it. Don't do missteps. And that's why we do the list, because we're not doing missteps. We're not missing things along the way. We still may miss them, but if we have them written down, we've done our best to identify them. And it also helps us identify what we're going to have to face to move through this. Because are we willing to do that? Can we do this? Is it even possible? Of course it's possible because the world card came out for you. It's going to be happening if you want it to happen and you put it into motion, you'll make it happen. And the universe is ready to support you. With that said, I'm going to let you go. I am loving this reading. Oh my gosh, I have the energy about this is so phenomenal. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons. I would truly appreciate it. If you are on my channel, which is Sonoran Mystic Tarot, please hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Then pop over to Your Love Goddess, which is Miss Bonnie's, and hit that same button on her channel. If you're on her channel, please pop over and visit my channel, Sonoran Mystic Tarot, and do the same. Anytime we go live or put something out there, you'll hear from it. And since we do a lot of stuff that isn't together, it's good to have us both because of that. And then if you're comfortable doing so, please go to Cards and Constellations and follow it. It's the only site where Bonnie and I work together. The other ones are individual. So please follow us, subscribe to us, and we will appreciate the fact that you show us the love. And we'll keep doing this. We'll keep helping to make your experience good. With that said, love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie and her family, me and my family, to you and yours. Until next week, have a great one. Bye-bye.